Hey YouTube, Logan with Hideaway Homestead here, coming to you this morning with a video on my ducks. Kind of an update, kind of tutorial. Um, anyway, want to remind y'all as we're getting started here that over at the Tinker Tribe on my buddy Greg's channel, I'm going to be on there on the 24th of October 2023 at 7 o'clock to have an awesome discussion with him. So go over to his channel. I'll leave the link down in the description. Subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so that way you'll be reminded of when we're going to do that. So this morning I'm just going to do a little bit of wing trimming on the ducks. I've made a video on how to clip wings. And so I'll put a link in the description for that. It just shows it up close. My wife videoed it, so you get to see it a little bit better than probably what you're going to see right now. With the male Muscovies, I've noticed that they really don't have to have their wings clipped per se. They can fly just like the females. I mean, they can really get after it, but they tend to walk more, and they're extremely dependent on the females. And you know, for breeding, so they stick around, and they don't. I've never seen them up on anything higher than maybe 2 feet. So I don't worry about trimming clipping their wings. Now some of the little hens here, the younger ones, you know, I clip their wings just to have kind of a head start on them getting up on stuff. And since they're young and growing, they've already got in some more feathers and they need to be clipped again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of these little hens here. I can't catch her. And these young little hens are not as tame as my other birds. The other ones, they were all fed by hand, and so she is really not liking being held right now. Anyway, this is why it's easier to do it with 2 people. Really try to get up underneath them like this. Now, Muscovies, I will warn everybody. I warned people about this in other videos. Their claws are extremely sharp, so they're not trying to hurt you, but you know, some of them may not want to be picked up, and so they're going to scratch you, and they can lay you open. So be very careful. I try to get up underneath where my arm is kind of tucked up underneath their legs like that. And it's always good to wear a long sleeve. Really, you should have something a little bit better than that. But you can see where I trimmed last time. But they're still flying for some reason. I guess they're not as off balance as they were. Something's grown out a little bit, so I'm just going to take them down a little bit more here. Talked about that line, cutting where these feathers right here meet, the feathers below. So just come in right behind them and cut them. Because what you're doing is you're not trying to make their wings shorter. You're just trying to put them off balance. You want one wing to be, get those flight feathers. You want one wing to be not, or how do I put it? You don't want, it's not that it's going to be so much heavier because feathers are, you know, feather light, but you want how much wind they're getting underneath their wings is the best way I know how to describe it, is going to be off balance. So then when they try to fly, they're kind of, you know, wobbling around, can't really get a trajectory. And so there was that little girl, and then the other little white girl here. She's one that needs to have hers trimmed because she's been flying up in places where she shouldn't be. Oh, come on, sister. That's why I try to hand feed all of my animals. Okay, shh, it's okay, sister, it's okay. Shh. why I really like hand feeding everything, just because all your animals are so tame. And her, I think I missed her. Let's check her other wing. I normally always do the right wing. Yep, I just missed her. She wasn't big enough to be flying yet, so that's why. We're just gonna take those feathers out here. There we go. It's okay, I'm gonna put you back down. But you saw how I struggled getting those girls. But then, some of my ducks, like this big guy, they don't like being picked up, but he's not nearly as hard to catch as Mo is. It's okay, buddy. He's going to be one of the ones that I keep. I've got too many drakes, but got way too many drakes. And they're getting to that breeding age, so gotta cull some more of them out. I've had 2 of them. They were absolutely delicious. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. There he is, 4 that I've got to process. But yeah, as far as those 2 little guys and those 2 little hens and that hen, they weren't hand fed like we did they're the original 10. And so the original 10, they're a lot easier to get a hold of than your little ones. So I think that there is a lot of value in taking a little more time with your animals, like with hand feeding and stuff like that. Some people would say they don't have time for it, but you know, something I don't have time for is trying to run down animals. So I think it's a great thing to try to have your animals as tame as you could possibly have them. Although I will say, if you're going to harvest your animals for meat and you don't have, I guess, a real clear understanding of what it is that you're going to be doing, it can be kind of hard, you know. I mean, these ducks, these guys right here, these drakes, I mean, they're really sweet birds. They're really pretty. They are almost like little puppy dogs. You know, they lean that head in and wag their little tails when they're going to get fed, or when, you know, you've got some kind of treat for them. So it can be hard processing them, because you know, something's got to be done. We all got to eat, but at the same time, they're you can kind of get attached to them. So anyway, just kind of an update on our flock. Like I said, I'm going to be getting rid of 4 of the big drakes. And then we're going to see about these 2 guys, these 2 little drakes. We're going to see how they do, and we'll decide whether or not we're going to let them be, maybe one of them be our breeders, and then get rid of one of the others. But I'm going to try to just keep 2, because I have 5 hens, and really 2 drakes might be a little too much for 5 hens. So we're going to have to thin out and make sure that our girls aren't getting harassed. You know, we don't want them to have a have a bad time of it. But anyway, if you like this video, if you found anything in it helpful, or if you enjoyed it, leave a like. If you've got any comments or anything to add, leave that down in the comment section. Don't forget to join me and Greg on Tuesday. Like I said, link down in the description. And subscribe to the channel for more stuff like this. I drop a video mostly every day. I appreciate all y'all watching, and we'll see you in the next one.